dark blue, that's a float. Connect a float up to it. We'll just call this mouse X movement. I'm going to ditch the Y and the wheel for space concerns. Right? So we now have a float. What can we do with a float when this wants a vector 2? Let's actually construct a vector 2. So action variables, go to vector 2, set components vector 2. All right. Let's put this here. This gets set to the X. This output vector 2, since we have a named variable, I'm going to change the value of that variable here because it's the same name as here. So anytime I get a mouse event, what's the x-axis, set that x-axis, assign it to this vector 2, and set that as the value of that frame. So the interrelationship of this is it might get this might be kind of wild, just letting you know. But let's try it. Okay. So did that make sense to you? Do you want me to walk through it?
I mean, so, I get it. Like
on on update, we're going to use this variable to set how far it moves left or right. Right? On any mouse input, we will change the state, the value of that variable. So what's going to end up happening is actually, I don't know that we'll ever come back to 0. So we may be in constant motion. Right?
Oh, right.
But I don't know. But it's kicking out mouse access. It might actually give us a 0. Let's just see how twitchy it is.
Yeah.
We're almost never going to get a 0 because I'm not actually setting it to so it's always going to get some sort of motion. But what's nice about this is I'll try and be really gentle with the mouse so you don't puke on your camera. But now we can get a little bit of that. So what we're doing is we've got a pretty crazy value going in here, right? Maybe instead of doing this right away, let's actually take the mouse value, add action, math, vector 3. Let's actually, sorry, that's an integer. Math, it's a float. Float, divide the float by 2. So let's cut it in half, right? And then this result, variable, add another float. The result of dividing that number in half is now our new x. Right? And in fact, what I should do, mouse x movement, let's call this variable float. Instead of compiling every time, mouse x damper. Let's just call it a damper, right? So let's divide. Let me make sure I'm using this right. Yep, A over B, right? So let's just call this 2. Let's make it public so I can see it in the Unity editor. File, save, debug.
Yeah, making cameras can get pretty detailed. I've begun to realize.
Well, the thing is cameras carry with them inherent expectations, right? You spend your whole life watching things through a camera, and they behave a certain way, and you get used to the visual grammar, right? So if you don't build a camera right, people instantly know it's wrong, right? And it doesn't matter; they don't have to be technical. They'll instantly know that it's wrong because it just won't look right. It won't fit the expectations that they've had in the world.
Yeah, they'll be pretty quick to frustration, and then nauseous, busy, anything. It's just like bad camera can sink a good experience.
Yes. Let's see. This is on our roller ball. Let's actually divide it by 4. Okay, we're a little closer. It's not quite as twitchy. I wish you could see my hands moving the mouse because it's not. It's a different sort of a thing. But we still have the problem of it never quite gets to 0. I will probably not fix that today. But we now have our BB-8 rollerball. Right? Yay! Alright, and let's take 1 second. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Let's take the head. Where is my... Honey, where are my pants? Let's see here. I'm going to grab some materials. Let's try and make him look a little bit better. Here, I'll just do this for now. I'm getting this on the head. Let's see what that looks like. They give us a nice... All right, we got ourselves a minty spiral. Oh, what's it going to look like? No. Okay, that will at least give us that much. So we have a choice now, Josh. We're at 2 hours in. I don't know what the rest of your day looks like, but I'm kind of running out of time. So I'm just going to do this for... We'll actually finish BB-8. I'll go make a nice map for him at some point. Yellow plastic. Actually, let's call it white plastic. And we'll put white plastic on this head into confetti. Let's do... I'm going to duplicate this white plastic. We'll call this 8 head. We can... Let's get this. 8 body. Okay, select this. There's no texture. This one has no texture. Okay, that's good. I am going to fire up Photoshop for a real quick second. In all actuality, I'm going to be able to do this pretty simply. Let's see. Let's call this...
So you're just going to texture them today, and then...
Yeah, I'm just going to put a really quick texture on.
Just a few orange circles in your field.
Yeah. Yep. We will do...
This is cool. It's like really going to be a roll ball game like Marvel Madness or Monkey Ball.
Yeah. Totally. Let's kill those. Okay. It's showing me every pixel here. Hold on. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing Unity.
Yeah, doing the textures and stuff.
Doing the textures, but I'm also not going to do a whole lot of Photoshop tutorializing right now. Right? Let's see. Control V. Control
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places people can kind of find.
Yeah, but I'm just going to make a quick circle texture. Right? Actually, take that back because what I was going to do. Is it about center? Almost. Should line up. Okay, that's fine.
And then you could also use that. What was the program you showed me earlier? The prototyping one, where you could just draw out the meshes, pull at the vertices, and make a level real quick.
Yeah, and do or we could use a terrain, or we could do. There's a lot of different options, right? We can do that stuff. Let me
find some Star Wars assets online and just like drop them in.
Great. I bet I can. Somebody's already made. Not twin test.
I found some of the ships, but
assets.
Here's a walker.
Resources. We're going to just save it directly into the project. And then let's put this in. I am going to drop in sorry, make it white.
Oh yeah, somebody's made like everything.
I'm sure there's a texture out there somewhere. We can grab it later. All right, let's go back to Unity. Go to my resources folder. There's our BB-8 body. And there's that. I don't want it compressed. It's fine. True color. Apply. It's a texture. Let's go to our roller ball. Find our white plastic material. Instead of white plastic, what I want to do is stick on BB-8 body material. Let's select that material. Add this texture. Okay, it's ugly as sin, but that's okay. His head we'll do later, but let's. I'll stick this on there so we know that we've got. We've got a map on there that we can fiddle with, right? So actually what I'm going to do is, let's find this. There it is, body. I'm going to duplicate this. We'll call this BB-8 head, right? And what I'm going to do is the most budget Droid edition that you've ever seen, and we'll close out the episode on that. Riken, you missed a good amount of the episode. I'm sorry. I got to jump soon. I wish I could do this all day long. Actually, I wish I could do this every day, all day. But I'm gonna have to bounce soon, and let's do. He looks something like this. I think. This is going to end up happening there. Let's treat this shape, apply that, put it up here, duplicate this layer, like this. Let's get it here, Control T. I know he's got two eyes, something like that, somewhere on there. Let's save this. Save, save as. Head. I'm going to cancel, file, save for web and devices. Let's, oh, it actually opened it up as a PSD, didn't it? Okay, that's fine. Let's go into here. Unity will use PSDs. Textures, that's fine. Yep. Max size, that's fine. Great, fantastic. Yep, apply it. Let's take this. Where's our material? We don't want white plastic.
You're trying to give him eyes?
Say what?
Trying to give him eyes?
Yeah. Well, I just stuck it on there, right? So it's not gonna look pretty. I guarantee it. There we go. Okay. There's our budget version of BB-8. Right. Let's play it. But what's important now is I can get head reference, so I know where front is, I know where back is. Okay, thanks, Riking. I will ditch my topstringers.com bit. It looked like a thing.
Yeah, like he's been drinking.
Yeah. Hey, I'm BB-8. I'm drunk. Yeah, exactly. Let's do this by 6. Yeah. I will replace it with a donate button. I only just got an understanding of editing that down there, so I am going to replace it with a donate button. Here we go. There's our basic BB-8 ball. Although, yay! Let's see. You know what? I bet you. Hey, Reiki, I'm going to show you something else. Check this out. We're going to search for 8 ball in the asset store. We look for, let's see, 8 assets. I want a texture. Let's see.
Oh, I see what we're doing.
That's it. Oh, there we go. Come on, let me have it. Is it paid or is it free? It should be free, right?
It should be free.
Oh, okay. Import this package.
You could have like a whole bunch of other, like, well, maybe not 88. Maybe that'd be 77 and 55, and each one of them's a pool ball, and like you gotta knock all the other ones into the holes or something.
Right. Ball 8. I just want the materials. Oh, here's like a ball material I could have brought in. All right, let's import that. Let's see. Let's go back up here. All materials. There's our 8 ball. Yep. Here's our BB-8 ball. Where's our 8? Let's play it.
Where's our 8?
I don't know. It depends on how the UV is set on this ball. It might not be correct. Yeah. It didn't show up.
It's probably set up for like, I don't know, specific Unity spheres.
Yeah. But that's okay. We'll dick with that next week. All right. We are good to go. That's the end of this episode. This week, I'm going to start editing things down into smaller YouTube bits. So if you have any suggestions, Josh, I mean, you're the only one that's seen every episode of like particular favorites. Send me an email, like, oh, like that time that you stood up and whatever and peed in a cup, so whatever event. It doesn't matter. Just send me notes, and I'll make sure I include that stuff in the YouTube edits. All right.
Okay. Kind of like a highlight reel.
Yeah, I'm going to start making highlight reels, both entertainment and also other stuff. So thanks for having me on, or being on with me, Josh. I know you're a shy lurker, but I know this looks strange. I'm looking over at Josh, but it's been a fun time. I think we'll get back to 3 doors when Brian comes back, and we'll knock it out. But I'm going to put this project up in Dropbox, and I'll put that Dropbox link up on my blog. And the blog is, there you go, and I will put get that going. All right. Thanks for showing up, Riking. Tell your friends. Come back next week. I will be back to the 3 Doors project, which is also on the blog. You'll be able to check out what I've been working on. You can open it up and see it. Remember that part of this process is that I don't plan any of this. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, but the point is that I talk through it so you can see sort of the problem solving going on. All right? So, one day I'll be the Bob Ross of Unity. In a couple years, maybe 10. All right? All right, signing off. Thanks, Josh. Hold on. Ooh, let's do this.